Hello, and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Phase Ninja TFuse69XX. He says, "This okay, JK go KYS, JK your mum gay, JK this nice." Thank you.
That was a fucking emotional roller coaster, man.
That's when I read it, I shed a tear, and then I smiled, and then last but not least, I giggle a little as well. So thank you for that review. I'm joined today by Toby.
Hi, I'm Toby.
Oh, you're supposed to say, what are you supposed to say?
I thought we were all going to do that together at some point.
No, one by one.
Well, we can do that now. What it do?
Swagger.
What it do?
And of course,
hey, what it do?
He's back. It's Mason.
Mason? Who are you, man?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
People have been missing you, my friend.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here as always.
Sorry, Fitz, can you say what it do, please?
What it do, guys?
Thank
what
you,
it
sorry.
do? We're
Right, now
here.
carry on.
Matt is not here, of course. Matt is on the run. I don't know when he's going to be back.
Neither.
But who the fuck cares? Because Mason's back, dude.
Yeah.
Boys. Mason's back.
After that last podcast, I was concerned because I didn't hear it from him for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I gave him a call, but I guess it was on his burner phone.
Yeah, he has like multiple burner phones.
I had to reach out to him. I asked, I finally got a hold of him through Twitter. And I was like, hey, where the fuck are you? He goes, I'm just getting milk, man. I'll be back soon. And so I guess we're just waiting.
I went into his room the other day to he borrowed one of my caps recently. I went to go
Your
get
caps? You have caps
like
just lying around? What the fuck?
a hat cap. Not caps.
Right.
But no, I just saw you know how he's got shitloads of credit cards? I just saw the pile of his credit cards, but they were all cut down the middle, like he was trying to.
What the
hide
fuck?
something.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, what is Matt up to? There's in Singapore. What the fuck? Well, whatever. Well, I'm sure we'll see him again, or maybe we won't. Who the fuck knows? But what really counts is that old mate Mason. You're here.
Yep.
You're
Old
back
mate.
on the show.
We upgraded.
It feels good. It
Yeah.
feels good. Everything's nice, just fucking popping in, saying good day.
It always feels good when you're here, man. Before we get into the convo, guys, we got to mention a couple things. Number one, Gamer Subs. Check them out. .gg, powering the podcast, bless up, phase up, whatever the fuck you want to do with it.
Code
you know what I'm saying?
Misfits,
Code
10%
Misfits.
off.
Also got to mention that this merch we were all wearing, this Misfits merch that may look suspiciously like a nostalgic TV show from the 90s. And through the
I don't know what you're talking about.
neither do I, to be honest.
23rd of August, though. T-shirts, hoodies, caps. But
It'll be fucking
not the
nice.
drug caps.
Not the drug caps.
Hat
just regular
caps.
Hat caps.
Misfits.store.
August 23rd, they're dropping. And then we got so much more heat lined up after that, but this is just the beginning. And yeah.
Let's mention the other sponsor thing later on.
All right, bet.
Sounds good.
Easy. Mason, do you want to talk about where you've been?
Yeah.
All right, let's have a conversation.
Well, so pretty much like past 2 months for me have been fucking wild.
Yeah.
And I've just been they fucking put me in like a psychiatric hospital, and fucking it was just like a crazy experience of just like people, like different kinds of people that were different kinds of crazy like me and shit. And like, I don't know, man, I met a lot of people there and talked to a lot of people, and it was just something that was really wild and something that's like,
Yeah, I mean,
I've stuck with me till now.
it's quite an experience for sure. I mean, I'm going to ask a couple questions here just to provide the audience with context, but we don't have to talk about it very long if you don't want to.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Like first of all, they're probably going to wonder why you went to a psych hospital in the first place.
Well, yeah, it's fucking. How to explain it? It's like I was just like, started like, what's the word? Like hurting myself a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think one of the things that triggered it was you jumped off like your computer chair and like you like hit your head and that kind of stuff, right? And,
Yeah. I was doing some pretty wild shit in my room, and then it scared the fuck out of my mum and my brother, and then that's when I ended up getting driven there.
Word. And would you say it's safe to say that you kind of were clearly having like some really intense like anxiety, like psychologically?
Yeah,
and,
definitely. It
and
was
hallucinations, even stuff like that.
Yeah, like I've seen shit, I've heard shit, and it's like something that I've always lived with, but nothing I've really ever acted upon.
Right.
So when I did it, it was kind of like a shock to my mum and my brother, and that's
course.
when I got like what's it called, like driven there and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely wild. We're sorry to, the audience that this has been, kind of in the dark. Like we're just being like, Mason's at home with his family, but
This is real shit though.
This is real shit.
Yeah,
this is some
real.
like it's, I want to kind of not make it too heavy, and I'm sure that you do as well. And I'm sure that one day we'll look back on it and we'll be able to talk about it properly and and laugh about it even.
Yeah, no shit.
At least that'd be great. And but yeah, I mean, it's just something that's one of those things, dude. Like you never know, like what you're, kind of what you're dealing with in your own head. And I think that you kind of realize that, some crazy thoughts were happening up there. You went to this place for a little bit, which. How was that experience overall, would you say? I mean, obviously pretty fucked, but...
Yeah, no, it was pretty fucked. Like, I messaged, like, Big D was messaging me and that and saying, like, he's like, bro, like, you don't be in there. Like, that's a place for, like, actual insane people, like the specific place I was at. And I was like, holy shit, like, that's pretty fucking, like, out there to say. And and then, like, I kind of started to realize it because there was a lot of people that were crazy in there. But it was good because everyone had like similar relations and like there was people in the exact same boat as me and just kind of like bounced off them and like talked to them and like got to know people and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you've been out now for a little bit and still living at home, obviously. Looking back, do you feel like it was important that you did go in there?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, fucking oath. Yeah, I was like looking at it now, like it's been a month since. And now, like, I'm taking medication and that, and like I just looked at it as like another experience, no different to like going to LA and fucking, like getting like pressured into shit and like just everything else, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking loud ass cars out there. Yeah, I mean, it's wild, and we've been visiting you in there, obviously, and checking up on you and making sure you're all right. Like, my impression of the place wasn't that it was like, it's not like the movies.
Well,
where it's like crazy, but it's like
I got put in a section with like more elderly people, and they were like less crazy because they're fucking old. They can't like move and shit like that. But like the one next door, like there was like this guy playing his tunes and his music, walking around left and right, and there was like a guy who was looking in two fucking directions, walking around barefoot, smoking ciggies and asking for him and shit.
Right.
Like there was so many different personalities and people there that like I really got to know and understand on a similar level. So.
True. Do you think you learned like a fair bit about yourself like through this experience? And
yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because like, do you? I mean, you don't have to answer this, but do you know like what like a word would be to describe like your mental state or your psychological state? Like, do you know like what it is you're dealing with, or is it kind of up in the air still? It's just.
It's still a bit up in the air, but it's like, it's some pretty crazy shit, like it's just kind of, it's like wedged in my brain and still is because of like everything that's happened. Like it's just been a fucking roller coaster overall.
Yeah. However, just to bring it back to a more positive note, I mean, like we've just seen the fucking biggest change in you recently, man. And I'm sure that like, everyone at home has as well. Like you've been uploading like a motherfucker recently.
Yeah,
like,
no shit. I've been getting back on the grind, dude.
You've been grinding, dude.
Earth,
and it's good to see. And I mean, like, I think that now it's really good to see you just, obviously this is shitty and like to live with. But at least now you're like able to acknowledge kind of when you are getting anxious and be like, yeah, like I'm getting anxious, and then you'll take a step back and do what you need to do.
I'm still smoking cigarettes at the moment, but
dude, whatever, bro. Like,
but I'm planning to quit. I'm still working on it, and honestly, it's a bit of an adventure, and it's going pretty well for me so far. So.
I mean, work in progress, dude. These things take time. Like, I mean, it's just good to see you getting better and better, and obviously good to have you back here today, bud.
Yeah, fucking oath. Cheers.
Did you want to talk about it anymore, or should we jump into some more fun shit? It's up to you. Like,
I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about other than like just it was a place with a lot of fucked up similar people, and just like it was, it was good for me to see them and like relate and all that. But it's. A lot of people end up there, even in the YouTube game. Like,
oh yeah,
people it's just a thing, and it happens to most people, and it's just whatever,
Yeah, I mean, people deal with all kinds of problems.
Yeah,
it's obviously really important to take care of your mental health. I mean, people don't treat like, I mean, if you hurt yourself in an accident or something, you go to a doctor and you get help or something, and your mental health should be treated exactly the same.
Yeah,
100%. So right now you're still chilling with family at home, and
yeah, home's been fucking good. Like
it seems to be really fucking good.
Like the whole like aspect of being in Melbourne for so long and like coming back from like overseas and all that, like it's all kind of like caught up to me at this stage. So
Yeah.
being back at home's been fucking amazing.
Yeah, and you're spending a lot of time with your bro.
Yeah,
obviously.
Kobe.
Yeah, Kobe's been doing good. Shout out to Kobe J on YouTube. Yeah,
He deserves it, man. Kobe is a motherfucking
Kobe.
legend. Like, for real.
yeah.
For real.
He's been fucking streaming heaps and all that. Like he's
Love
doing real
having him
well.
over, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no shit. He loves it too. He
Yeah.
fucking loves being around here.
We always get along well with Kobe. We saw the video you did with him, the Q&A.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
wholesome stuff.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. We both tossed it up for ages, like whether we'd do it or not. But we finally got around to it. So
I loved it, dude. It was awesome. I want you to do more of the Skyblock stuff with him.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude,
Yeah,
that shit
yeah.
had me dying.
we still want to do stuff like that, but it's more like we're on this wavelength of like he wants to do shit, then I don't want to do shit, and then I want to do shit, and then he doesn't want to do shit.
Right.
It's like on and off, and then some days we just clash and we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do this. So
It's probably especially frustrating at the moment because you're suspended from Twitch for like another 20 days.
yeah, I
True.
got banned, dude. I got banned for like 30 days, and I've been waiting to stream.
What was the reason again? What
So-
was the reason?
So I said the word fag. Like I don't recall saying the full word, but I just said fag, and then I went on to like reiterate that it was like a bundle of sticks that get burned or some shit like that.
Sure.
Right,
What was the
sure.
context? What were you saying fag about?
I was like, oh, this player. I was like very because I kind of knew it was tipping on the edge when I'd say it, but like at the same time I just kind of let it out and I was like, yeah, this player is a fag. Like this guy's fuck this fag.
Yeah,
like, I
like
was
you
kinda-
were just raging, you mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And with a bit of rage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the bit that Twitch doesn't like. Twitch if you say like faggot or whatever in like conversation and it's not like aggressive or negative or something, then they don't really seem to care that much.
Yeah, I
but
can,
like
I can understand.
yeah, it's
that,
when when someone is like aggressive to someone else and using those terms, that's when Twitch seems to get mad.
Yeah, and you said it on Kobe's stream, right? Not
Yeah,
everywhere.
I wasn't even streaming on mine. It was on Kobe's and still got banned for it.
So that's a rip. You're
That
banned
is
for
a
30
big
days.
rip. Such a fucking rip.
So cut because I love streaming. I've been getting into it heaps recently.
Yeah,
so.
streaming's great. It's a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
But I mean, you've still been keeping up the YouTube grind and posting fucking daily Minecraft videos. and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, been
Practically daily,
grind.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I've slowed down a little bit just because like I've taken a step back and I'm like, fuck, I've lost my production value, but I'm getting it back slowly. Like I just need to take some more time on my videos that I upload and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean you don't want to jump straight into like super frequent uploads because sometimes you get super excited and really into doing something.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just not sustainable.
You remember what happened like 2 years ago when you did the fucking you did it for like a week straight?
Yeah,
Daily
yeah.
uploads for
I did
week
like a
straight?
sequence where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna upload fucking every day for the next month, and then like
You were
burnt me
fucked.
out. Yeah.
You were absolutely. Was that like when you ended it? Like you drew the fucking like the 7 on your forehead.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
I was going crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I was uploading every day for my first time.
It's like this really old video, like
Yeah.
2.5, 3 years old, where he takes a marker and he draws like Roman numerals on his forehead. He's just like, I'm fucked. He sits down.
what was this like back in the old Rust days?
Oh yeah,
Back when you
yeah.
were a fan of Zuckles.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
Hey, still is.
Still
Hey,
is.
Surely. Biggest fans right here. Hilarious, man.
This week, we just wanted to give a shout out to MEO, which
course.
is the Melbourne Esports Open. So basically, last year we went to the Melbourne Esports Open. It's a really fun event. It was a lot of.
Always fun.
It was really cool.
best.
And we're going to be coming again today. Not today. This year. So that is at the end of this month, and we will be attending the event and doing a live signing session on the Saturday. And you can get 10% off your tickets if you go to MELB esportsopen.com/misfits.
Hell yeah.
MELB.
Come to the Melbourne Esports Open, guys. Come see us. Last year's turnout was nuts.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
lit,
it
guys.
was a lot of
Come
fun.
on.
We love doing that shit. So
I
much
See
fun.
us, hug us, fucking kiss us.
All right, let's
fucking,
whoa,
fondle us.
Calm your
all
tits,
right,
mate.
Weinstein.
Okay.
Let's
Maybe
settle
for
the
just
fuck down.
you, okay?
Yeah, maybe
no,
just.
don't actually.
Swag will have his own booth.
Yeah.
It's a helmet kissing booth.
Oh,
No.
Dude, that's
Oh,
genius.
that's so genius. Yeah, I
Genius.
wouldn't even get like mono or anything.
We'll just get
A
intern
bunch of other
Chris.
people would get mono.
Let's get intern Chris to sit there with the helmet on, just pretend to be you.
Just a body double.
And then they see you out back having a ciggy afterwards, like, what the fuck? Yeah, I wonder if we'll have hype men like we did at fucking.
Oh god, that was so funny.
It was funny, but pretty intense.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense. It didn't feel like a chill meet and greet. It just
it was
felt
very
like
high energy.
Yeah, it was super high energy.
Last year at the Melbourne Esports Open, I mean, we went in. We didn't really know what to expect. We kind of just went in. We sat down at this little table. Actually, I think we all stood because there wasn't really enough space, but we just kind of stood in this little table and people started forming a line. And we found out afterwards that the line went out the door of the building and around a bit. So many people turned up. It was so cool.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
was wearing my fucking off-white jumpsuit, and it was fucking cooking in there.
That was
imagine.
that was a nice weekend, man. Remember how we went to that party afterwards into DJing?
Oh, I remember that
Wait,
shit.
what?
Remember, like,
Oh.
No, that was MEO.
That was MEO.
Really?
Yeah.
Remember?
Was that the club place?
it was
yeah?
like Gamer
Yeah,
Club.
Yeah,
We all
that
went on the
was-
DJ booth.
That was
and then
fucking hectic.
You were
Korean
fucked, man.
No, I was fucked. Dude, we were all
fucked.
wasted.
I was
fucked.
wasted as hell when I remember going there because the thing is they announced on their Twitter DJ Swagger Souls is coming to this bar and I'm sitting there looking at Ryan and I'm like stoned just chilling and I'm like, what's this? What's this about me being a DJ? And he goes, oh, don't worry about it. It's going to be great. You're going to be great. I was like, okay. I was freaking out, dude. I had such bad anxiety
Really?
going to go up on his stage shit and do that because I had no idea how to spin records. But then they told me there's going to be a DJ there. All you have to do is just sit there and pretend to turn fucking buttons. And I was like, oh, cool. All right. But still, part of me was nervous. The fact that I had to get up in front of a bunch of people with a fucking helmet on and just, try to be hype and try to make it good. And so I think I sank 3 or 4 beers through a straw through my helmet before I went. And then I was loose.
Yeah,
I
you
was
were
loose on
so
stage.
loose, in fact, that you sang Toto Africa at the top of your lungs, screaming into the microphone.
That is true.
Because it was right when I posted that video where you did that for a gag.
Yep.
And it was just you were intentionally singing badly, but in the
did a
club,
live
dude,
show.
it
Oh,
was
they were-
screeching. It was like a car alarm.
Yeah, they were fucking. People were going for it. People were laughing. It wasn't a train wreck. I hope. I was too drunk to tell. To be honest with you, I think the whole night was great. And then after that, I think we smoked a joint outside of the tram station, and then got fucking Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the best Korean I've ever had.
We've had some pretty dope experiences.
yeah.
Hopefully, MEO will be just as fun.
Hopefully so.
Check it out. Fucking Melb Esports Open.
Hell yeah.
.com/misfits.
Guys, I got some wacky topics to talk about.
Oh, here we go.
I literally thought of all of these in the Uber ride here.
Do I need to piss before this?
Yeah, go for a piss.
Go
man.
for it,
Have a
man.
piss. Okay. I don't know if I should wait till he gets back for this, but I'll just get started on one of them. Yeah. I'll fill you in. I'll fill you in. Man, good to have Mason back. The first one, I just randomly thought of this the other day. I lied. What's that? Is that's over there? Never mind.
Okay.
The first one is, you know how there was that controversy about the Starbucks cup being left in Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
100% a marketing campaign.
You
100%
think?
paid for by Starbucks. I'm convinced.
No.
I'm convinced.
No.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Nope.
Yep, viral marketing.
Why?
Because
Because
it's too perfect.
it was insane viral marketing. It worked so
Dude,
well if it was.
That shit's trendy, man. I mean, companies are now buying upvotes on Reddit. This shit's happening. I'm serious. I mean, maybe this probably isn't an original thought.
Part of
but-
me just wants to say Game of Thrones season 8 was lazy and rushed.
Yeah,
but
of
another
course.
part of me wants to say maybe they did make a lot of money from Starbucks.
Why not
'cause-
both?
Yeah, I mean it's true. I mean Starbucks would have had to pay them if it was going to be this insane marketing
Dude,
campaign.
how much price did that get for Starbucks? The logo
Fuckload.
was the logo facing.
yeah, I think it was.
Dude, it's a marketing thing. 100%.
You reckon?
100%, dude.
Hey, Mason, what's your take on this?
Okay.
All right.
We'll fill you in.
Game of Thrones season 8, right? You know how they had that one bullshit with the fucking Starbucks cup?
Yeah.
He thinks that was a viral marketing campaign by Starbucks to get publicity.
Ooh,
What
yeah.
do you
that
reckon?
sounds. Wait,
Sounds believable.
Wait, like a connected between Starbucks sponsorship kind of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they did it on
Ooh.
purpose. Starbucks paid them to
Yeah.
accidentally leave the cup. in
Yeah,
the
they
frame.
did that.
Yeah. Did,
100%.
did Poland Spring water bottle also do that?
Is that another thing?
Yeah, they had a fucking water bottle next to Sam when they were doing that whole council thing at the end, trying to pick the new king.
Oh, real?
Yeah.
Dude.
If I just spoiled that for you guys, I'd like to tell you if you actually give a fuck about season 8 Game of Thrones, I feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel really bad.
I think the only people who actually like kind of semi-enjoyed it were people like me who weren't diehard fans.
Yeah, I wasn't a diehard fan. I fucking loved a lot of like the fight scenes and shit. Like it was still
yeah.
good cinematography. The fucking whole team is great. It's just
You could
it's
tell it was
just-
rushed, though.
It suffered
Yeah.
with writing. They were supposed to do three new seasons.
Yeah.
And then they just were like, nope, we want to make Star Wars. And
Wait, Star Wars?
yeah, the two guys that were writing for Game of Thrones got picked up to write Star Wars, so they decided, we're just going to wrap up Game of Thrones and move on to Star Wars.
Is that J.J. Abrams? Is he the guy that does Game of Thrones?
No. J.J. Abrams is the...
What does he do?
He's the fucking... the Marvel, he did Guardians of the Galaxy,
okay.
that guy.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
right.
but no, the two fucking writers, D fucking whatever the
I don't
hell,
fucking
it doesn't
know,
matter.
dude.
Fuck their names.
They probably got paid assloads to do Star Wars. So.
Oh yeah, so,
Fair enough.
fuck do they care?
Okay, second topic. I got so many. That's the best. All right, conspiracy. I read this on Reddit, so it's probably not true. But this person's theory is that certain T-Rexes, certain T-Rexes,
It's a great start.
Certain T-Rexes.
used to have feathers, and their arms, like the way we put them on the skeleton, is actually backwards, and their arms are more similar to like an ostrich's wings than like the little fucking weird, inefficient, stubby
so they're
arms
more
you see. So
backwards.
it's more like back, and like they have like these weird wings, like not massive wings that you can like fly with, but for some reason they evolved like to have.
yeah, well,
So they look like a monstrous ostrich.
So you're
basically.
saying T-Rexes could fly?
Ma-
no.
ma-
No, they evolved
no
from
way.
a creature that used to be able to fly.
Yeah, like there's a big theory that like I mean, there's also evidence that T-Rexes did have scales, but there's a lot of evidence
not
that.
scales, it's feathers. It's mostly
Well,
feathers.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what this person's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, raptors had feathers.
Yeah, most
wild.
most dinos had feathers. I think birds are more related to lizards than they are to mammals.
Yeah. Wait.
Hypothetically speaking, birds with feathers can fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Except
but there
that-
are birds that have feathers and can't fly.
Like penguins.
But they can
kiwi.
glide.
No, like the kiwi
But
from New Zealand can't fly.
Do penguins have straight arms?
I mean, they got like flippers, don't they? Do they have wings, or is it more like a fucking little?
Well, like a flipper.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's got to be
There's a great penguin
Thank
impression,
you. Yeah,
Cam.
cheers.
there's got to be some stigma to where their bones are like bent, and then their bones aren't bent. And
What, penguins?
yeah,
You reckon they're just like massively deformed little fucking arm bones?
well, I mean, they just got wings.
Oh, true.
I don't think they have arms.
What do they use their wings for though? Besides like slapping each other?
For swimming.
For swimming, gliding,
Speed on
gliding
the
through
ice.
water.
They just chuck
Real.
things
Yeah.
together.
I never think about like a penguin using their wings. I just think about them just like fucking being a little like sausage just sliding around.
No.
Do they have little web feet flippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, turn up penguins, dude. They're lit. No, but like it's crazy to think like as a kid you grew up always believing the big T-Rexes had scales, but likely now turns
Yeah,
out they probably
well-
were feathered.
Well, a lot of that's through media, Jurassic Park, dinosaur toys, all that kind of shit. But when more of the science comes out, oh shit, raptors have feathers. Oh shit, most dinosaurs had feathers, and then they're like, oh, lit, and then
Dinos are so sick, dude.
I think they had a fossil that showed the vocal cords of a certain dinosaur, and they reconstructed it and ran it through a simulation to see what it would sound like. Sounds like a
How do you do that?
it sounds like a screechy bird, man. They sound like birds screeching.
I mean, doesn't the stereotypical T-Rex like
It's
sound like
giant
a
roar.
bird anyway?
No, because you think it's like a roar, like a lion, a really deep lion roar. It's not, dude. It's just like it's a
High-pitched and
high
shrill.
pitched, shrill shriek, and that's probably more terrifying for me, anyways.
Okay, imagine this. A T-Rex, but instead of like a big jaw, it has a beak.
I mean,
That
that's
would be-
plausible.
Well, no, it's not.
It's
because
entirely
that would be a bone.
A beak.
They would see a beak.
Oh, yeah, true.
yeah.
But imagine
What's
if-
not cartilage?
just
I guess not.
I think beaks would be bones, right?
No, it'd be yeah, it should be.
But like,
It's made of the same shit that like claws and toenails are made of.
Yeah.
can
it's probably
someone on Twitter draw a T-Rex that just has a beak instead of a mouth?
Can you make
I
like
just-
a
I just
really
wanna see
long,
that.
pointy beak?
Damn. I wish dinosaurs were still around, dude. They were cool as fuck.
They are.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry. You know what I
Alligators.
mean. You know what I mean. Alligators don't
Coelacanths.
count.
Tuataras.
Tuataras are pussies, dude. I'm talking about like some real ass Platymachosaurus, dude. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
mate.
I'm
All
talking
right.
about like
Next
some real
fucking
shit.
question.
What's with the next? What's your next
All
stoned
right,
ass
guys.
topic?
I was so overthinking these up. I'm telling you. You can believe it or not. Next one that I wrote down was, what if everyone throughout history had one respawn and they could spectate for as long as they wanted before cashing it in?
That sounds fucking
shit.
epic.
Jesus,
dude.
and Hitler.
He's been spectating this whole.
Oh shit,
dude. They're in voice chat right now. It's like, dude, what the fuck is this shit? And then they come back together, and then they have an epic fight. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's too much for me.
Dude,
who would win in a fight, Jesus or Hitler?
Oh god. Well, Hitler's got that crazy halo, but Hitler's got like the stash. You know what I mean?
Jesus could just like drop Hitler under some water and step over where he's like drowning.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but Hitler
that's
could
true.
put Jesus in a shower.
Ooh.
Two different oohs for different reasons. I mean, Hitler really on his own doesn't have any strength. His strength was his power, and Jesus is oblivious to that. You know
All
what I'm
right.
yeah,
saying?
but Jesus is a pacifist. He wouldn't want to fight. Wait, that's not true. In the Bible, didn't Jesus go with like a whip?
Jesus is gonna throw down and give Hitler his passive
didn't
fist.
Jesus beat the shit out of people with like a whip?
Jesus
at,
is metal,
at a
dude.
church that people took over and turned into like a market or
I
a
don't-
brothel
I
or
don't
something?
know anything about
I don't know,
religion.
man.
I think that's
went-
propaganda.
I went to CCD or some shit when I was like really young. You know what CCD is, right?
No.
It's like fucking. It's like like you go to a church and then they teach you about God and Jesus and how angels are real.
Is it not CDC, Christian Daycare?
It was CCD, I think. I don't know. Maybe I was just a retarded child. I stopped going after the priest touched me.
Oh, dude, understandable, man. Yeah, dude. Moving on.
For the record, that sigh was not in reference to a priest touching.
Okay, here's a wacky one. You guys ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Full ready.
What if Uber? I just want to point out that everything from like the last question on, I thought of in the Uber ride here in 20 minutes. All right.
All right.
So it's pretty impressive when you think about it. I'm somewhat of a genius. What if humans had wings? What would society look like? I mean, this is a pretty popular theoretical.
What do you mean by wings? Wings on our back
I mean-
or arms or wings?
I mean, like, let's say we have arms. Let's say like angel style on the back, and
Okay.
you can use them to fly places.
Right.
So what would society look like?
So how big would our wings have to be to actually take us off the ground? Would our bones be thinner?
Look, let's just consider that it works and that they're about the size of your average angel.
Okay.
Okay.
So imagine if we could fly. The doors for like buildings and stuff, instead of just being on the bottom floor, there'd be like doors on every floor.
Yeah, there'd be like a little landing.
Yeah, you could just like land on each floor, so you wouldn't have to go on elevators.
I feel like it
anymore.
would be big arches to get into buildings as well.
I mean, the wings I'm thinking of, you can kind of fold back, but
Yeah.
there would door frames would definitely be bigger. What about public transport? Like,
People would just fly everywhere, wouldn't they?
Yeah, why would you need?
first of all, everyone would be jacked as shit because, like,
No.
imagine being so lazy that you wouldn't fly.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a good question. Would people be lazy enough to
surely.
like get an Uber?
Well, I wouldn't want to fucking. If I had wings, I wouldn't want to walk around without an umbrella because who knows what fucking terrible human's going to pass over me and take a shit.
So society at the moment has already
We're not.
got to the stage where people sit down a
'Cause-
lot.
Look, Swagger, just because we have wings
Yeah.
doesn't mean we're gonna shit everywhere.
Well, just because we have wings, I mean, it's not like there.
Wait,
if you're giving everyone,
he
if
said
you're
he's worried about people taking a shit
If
on
you're
him.
giving everyone wings, then you're giving crazy homeless people wings. So of course, naturally, you're gonna have crazy homeless people flying around and taking shits.
All right, dude. Shots fired to Gerald, dude. That's uncool.
He's dead.
sounds
Gerald
like-
is dead.
Don't bring him up.
Most birds are like considered feral, are they? Like pigeons?
Yeah, wild birds.
So then maybe shitting on people would be acceptable.
You reckon? I think so.
It's the norm. Everyone's just, I mean, okay. There's a few things we need to establish here. Okay, so I mean, let's presume that even though we have wings, we evolved more or less culturally the same. So people wear like clothes and they want
Right.
to look nice and they wear makeup. Like, surely if you're flying to your friend's house, you're sweaty as shit by the time you get there. You feel me?
No, well, you'd have the wind blowing the sweat away, wouldn't you?
I guess, and maybe you're
You'd be
like,
pretty dry.
maybe you're physically fit as well.
and
and
just
like-
be your wings.
Maybe you're just naked.
Yeah, maybe it's just like bird people from Rick and Morty. Do they wear clothes?
No, they wear pants.
Of course.
They wear
I
pants.
mean, they're not animals.
Yeah, bird person wears pants.
Oh, okay.
But like, there are so many little things to consider. Like, what does a baby little human bird look like?
Oh,
and when
that
they
would be
learn
adorable.
to fly? When they learn to fly.
Yeah, would it be like those fucking swimming lessons where people take their like 1-year-old infant and just fucking chuck it into water just so it naturally swims?
Throw about a tree.
Yeah, you just fucking all right, here we go, fight or flight.
That's
Fucking
kind of
throw
what
'em
birds
out.
do, right?
Yeah. And if you're fucking, to a bird, if their kid can't fly, it's fucking retarded. So fuck it, let a snake eat it.
I mean, surely it would be just like walking. It would be like, oh, he's taking his first step. Oh, he's lifted it off the ground for the first time.
oh, he's crashed into a window.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would there be cars? I mean,
probably not, right?
because you'd have
Why-
to make the car much bigger to accommodate everyone's big ass angel wings.
And also, why would we create a car if everyone can fly everywhere?
Exactly, but we'd still need planes.
Why? Oh, sure.
Or boats.
For long distance?
We'd probably need boats. Boats you'd still need them.
Would probably have like little landing structures throughout the ocean.
Here, in this hypothetical world, if you were to fly and then go into water, could you still fly afterwards? Or would you need your wings to dry off?
Probably have to give them a little shake, I reckon.
Flap them for a few
That's
minutes.
the thing. Like if
Give
a
'em a
big
bit of
ass
flap.
bird goes into the water, it's got to swim with its wings. Have you ever seen a hawk dive into the water and then like have a fish that's too heavy so it just fucking swims?
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen an eagle swim? It's fucking insane.
Is it like butterfly stroke? Where
Yeah,
like,
it literally butterfly strokes.
whoa.
And it goes quick. They go quick.
Interesting.
Eagles
All right.
will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question here from the Patreon Q&A.
Uh-huh.
They said, who are some other YouTubers that you watch?
That is from Jevons.
From Jevons.
Jevans.
Mason, you start. Other YouTubers you watch?
I think everyone can. PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Everyone-
Easily.
Big PewDiePie fan. Max Mofo.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Max.
Massive legend.
Massive legend. And Kobe J at YouTube.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Kobe J.
Kobe.
Good plug. Good plug.
You Swagger, you go.
Shit, man. Who have I been watching recently, man?
On my phone checking
I
right
got you
now.
myself me too, actually.
Shit, dude. I've been watching a lot of Veritasium.
Yeah,
you
good
seen
stuff.
that guy?
I used to watch him all the time when I was in my teens.
What does he do?
He did like the fucking that thing that went viral with all the shade balls in the L.A. Reservoir. Have you seen that one? He did a lot of science videos. He talked about the black hole picture that was taken. He predicted exactly what it would look like before it was taken, just using the math.
His videos still go massively viral, too.
it well fucking deserved,
He's
man.
an Aussie guy, I think.
No. He's American, I think. Veritasium.
I'm betting Aussie, but
Really?
you're probably
He
right.
sounds American to me.
All right.
Yeah. So him fucking Jesus, dude. Have you seen this guy Peter Draws?
No.
Yeah.
He's so fucking
Weird guy.
He's so weird, but he's so relaxing, dude.
Yeah,
He makes these crazy pieces of art. He's just a very talented artist, and he's so fun to listen to. He's such a dork, but he's so
Super calming.
lovable, man.
So he's like Bob Ross style. He like does art and
Yeah,
talks.
it's like Bob Ross if he like
Did
just
ASMR.
did a lot of acid.
Oh, real?
Yeah,
He paints trippy shit?
Yeah, he's pretty.
That's
you know,
cool.
he's really. I think it's just his mind that's just out there. It's completely a good thing though.
Yeah, I mean, creative people,
it's
man.
super awesome.
100%.
That's another thing that's relaxing. Yeah, go for it.
Well, Toby, I was gonna
Recently, like the past few months, I've kind of stopped really watching like this people I'm sub to. I kind of just click like random recommended shit and go down those little rabbit holes of like, I'll watch a channel for like 2 days and I'll just binge watch their channel and then kind of never watch them again. Like I feel like I've just kind of gotten a little bored with the people I'm sub to.
Yeah, I always go back to like the Rush YouTubers. I've been watching like Blueprint and Wellen. Watch
Yeah.
Donut Operator. You know, Cryo Smitty, your shit.
Wellen
Yeah.
goes hard. Wellen's
Wellen's
really good
shit's
YouTuber.
nice.
Yeah.
I've been, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of the same. Like, I don't sit around and watch much YouTube anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe just because I'm busy. But two people, I mean, I'm a big fan of, or I guess fan's a weird word, but I enjoy Anthony Fantano's videos. I enjoy Needle Drop because I like music a lot, and he's just a music reviewer. He's like the go-to guy who like reviews albums. So whenever a new album that I like goes out, I check him out and what he thinks about it.
Was he the guy that absolutely anally violated Chance the Rapper's new
Yes.
album? Oh my
Well,
god!
Chance the Rapper's new album was dog shit. So.
Dude, I loved it. It was so
You
good.
would-
no,
I was gonna
fucking
say.
kidding me.
Okay, I mean, like it wasn't. I don't think it was like a 0 out of 10, but it was, it was definitely a letdown for sure. And the other person I've been enjoying watching is Kenny Beats. Kenny Beats is a producer for hip hop. He has this show called The Cave, where he just gets a bunch of like rappers, normally like kind of lesser known rappers, and like he makes a beat for them like in the studio, and they're just hanging out and like bantering with this rapper, and then they go and record a freestyle. It
does sound very cool.
Such a good concept for a video. It's kind of like, it gives me like Hot Ones vibes, you know, where it's like a talk show, but it's just for rap music.
That's sick. Yeah.
And then like they do a performance, and it's pretty.
I
good.
really like complex sneaker shopping, and there's this other one I found recently. It's like the female version of that, where they go out and take people shopping for heels. It's just like a cool way to interview someone.
It's kind of cool. Yeah. I mean, it's cool to see what people think about heels.
Have you guys ever worn heels? I feel like my fucking ankles would snap.
Yeah.
No,
Wearing heels is gay as shit. Who would do that?
I don't need to be any taller.
I've worn heels before. I've worn heels a few times, and I have some heels that I really like wearing. One time I bought a new pair of heels, and I wore them out we went to the movies. A bunch of us went to the movies together, and I was walking in town to go to the movies and was in so much pain that I went into a shop and bought shoes.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
It is tough, dude. Like, you forget it.
Some of them are just really badly made, and it's just like, because I mean, with a normal pair of shoes, it doesn't really matter if they're not the most comfy shoes, but as soon as you put a heel on it, you need to get shoes that are comfy, because otherwise it's like you got pain and it's uncomfortable. So you just have to, I mean, if you want to try wearing heels, just make sure you get the right ones.
Oh, man.
Isn't the whole point of heels for women to make their ass look tight?
That's not the whole point. But when you wear heels, it makes your calves look better, it makes your ass look better, and it makes you taller.
It accentuates the silhouette. Yeah. Yeah, you can stop grabbing that theoretical ass right now, Swagger. He's just holding his hands out, so he's grabbing one.
We have one more question from Patreon.
Let's bounce between.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get to him later, all right? Let him wait. I got a crazy, another wacky topic of my own to bring up.
All right.
All right?
What's the new Fitz crazy wacky topic number 6?
This one's a little wacky, guys. So this one is: what if one day the Pope tweeted that? Hang on. What
the fuck, Fitz?
What if one day the Pope tweeted that Christianity was just a meme and that it always had been? Bonus points if there are emojis in the tweet. So basically, what if the Pope was like, "Lol, JK, like you guys are idiots. Like this was a joke the whole time."
These questions are written out like a Fitz tweet.
Yeah, I was really like, it's like very much a train of stream of consciousness kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, what would the reaction be? What are the replies looking like?
Oh my God.
A lot of gifs.
People
Pope
wouldn't
got
take it
hacked.
seriously. Yeah.
A lot of Drake clapping gifs. A lot of double take gifs. A lot of fire emojis.
That's a weird as fuck question.
That fucking S8N guy, Satan, on Twitter would have a field day with that.
He'd be like, "I told you guys."
Another
idiots.
100K viral tweet.
Shout out Satan. I don't know. I just thought it was a wacky thing. You know, like, does the Pope have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I
It does?
guess.
At God.
At Bliss Up 420.
Yeah.
Pope has a Lambo.
Does he?
Yeah. Lamborghini gave him a Lamborghini.
I wonder if he drives it like to the store.
I actually think
the Pope store.
I think he had it for a little bit and then decided he didn't want it.
Who
and
is the
sold
Pope?
it for charity.
He's like
the king of fucking Catholic people.
he's like God's bitch.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know that guy who lives in the Vatican with the big hat?
Yeah.
And like he's like, "Oh,
That guy.
I'm the Pope. I'm holy."
Yeah,
He's
that
like
guy.
the one who drops babies in waters and shit.
Yeah, I mean,
that's just
I'm
a
sure
priest.
he does it. Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
probably does that too.
I mean, that's like baptism. You know what that is?
But haven't you seen that meme where like is that the Pope where he drops in like Wazowski?
I know
like,
what you mean.
That was the Russian Orthodox. They had the kid. He was just fucking dunking him. He was
him.
fucking waterboarding him.
So crazy.
Most baptisms are not like that. I was baptized because my family's Christian, and I mean, normally just like they get some water and like, "Bless you, little baby.
Yeah.
I hope you have a chill life."
Those Russians, dude, they'll fucking drown you like you're an Oreo. Yeah, dude.
Dunk.
Yeah, straight up, like until the bubbles stop.
Bro. Yeah, what's that game, BioShock Infinity? Isn't there like a crazy
yeah.
baptism stuff in that?
Yeah, it's at the end. It's
Wait, there's a baptism scene in that?
Yeah, you play
Yeah.
BioShock Infinity?
No, I want to get into it
It's
though.
It was-
infinite.
Oh, is it?
yeah, it's infinite.
I'm not a gamer.
Is it
what can I
like
say?
as intense as that meme?
No,
was?
it's way more intense.
way more
It's way
intense.
more
Yeah, I
intense,
got to get on that game.
It's
man.
mad
Yeah,
true.
it's at the end. Interesting story. Game was good.
Anyway, guys, shout out the Pope. Just thought it'd be a funny thing to bring
Hey,
up.
if you want to come on the podcast,
Dude, please.
anytime, dude.
Yo.
Pope
Yeah.
Francis, that's who it is now, right?
Other people went on the podcast. Obama.
Obama.
I want Trump on the podcast.
Yeah, he's not returning my phone calls.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, man.
I want Alex Jones.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah. I want Logan Paul, just because the big sick crossover.
I would genuinely love to have Logan Paul on the podcast.
hell yeah.
I would have Logan Paul on the podcast on the one condition that everybody is on to some degree of edibles. I just want to see Logan Paul fucked up.
I want James Charles on the podcast.
I mean, that'd be fun.
I think he'll be
Can we fuck him
fucking
up?
interesting.
I just want to fuck them all up.
I want to get Logan Paul on the podcast, and then I want to make him admit that we're the number one podcast. I want to hear him say it. I want to hear him say it. Anyway, what's our next wacky Patreon question?
How do you guys feel about the fact that some of your fans write fan fiction about you?
This by Che or Shay, Chey. Nice one.
Thank you for that. Kind of weird. I'll be honest.
You haven't
Fucking
read them?
odd. Yeah, I've read some.
I used to read them back when I still found them entertaining. Now I just avoid it.
Now
like the
they're
plague.
fucking weird, man.
See, the problem about them, to me, because I don't really get weirded out by shit like that. The main problem with them, to me, is there's no immersion.
It's
because they
terrible
make
writing.
us say shit we would never say.
Yeah, big time.
You would just be reading it and it'd be like, Fitz says, whatever the fuck. And you're just like, Fitz would never say
God,
that.
I'm so tall,
ever.
and my dick is also tall.
And I drive a Tesla.
Let me see if I can get an excerpt from a. Let's just look up Swagger Souls fan fiction.
I remember
this
back
hoodie is so nice. It's like
these are good, right?
like really high quality.
Not even a meme. Like I've been the comfiest boy since I got this hoodie. It's
and I
legit.
really like that it's embroidered. It feels high quality.
Yeah. I remember reading way back in the day when my Discord first was founded. That's when fanfic started booming, and there was this one. It was real hot and steamy of me and Swagger Souls in the locker room. Swagger, what have you found there?
Read it.
Do you want to read a little bit of that?
I'm just looking. I'm seeing this one has 92,000 reads.
What the fuck? Wait, what?
92,000?
92,000 reads.
Is it like inflated? Like
2.6K votes. It is. If I read this, it's.
Is it on Tumblr?
No, this is on Wattpad.com.
That's where the good ones
This
are.
is this is Price of Love. Swagger Souls X-Reader.
Oh, so it's like the
okay.
reader is
Okay.
being seduced by Swagger
Yeah,
Souls.
it's that.
Epic.
Apparently, she won some kind of competition.
Wow.
Where she could, where the prize was like living with me.
Yeah,
yeah.
that sounds like a
Something.
realistic competition.
What a prize. God, I can't imagine
The-
winning that prize.
The only thing that sucks about this is that there's so much prologue. There's just so much shit. Like,
Yeah, it's like, just get straight to the sex,
can we
please.
just get to the.
I don't know. Some people want to like get immersed in a little story before they like start like jilling everywhere. Like
I remember one time I saw one that was the reader was Fitz's sister.
no.
Oh yes, yeah. That's
Thank
all.
God.
That's all over Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank God I
They
don't have a
always post-
sister.
They always post pictures of Mason with like his shirt off, holding the beer with the sunglasses.
fuck.
Dude, the thing is, like, when they first started making fan fictions, I was like, oh, this is flattering. Like some people, fantasize
And it was
about
funny.
fuck with me, and it's fun, and it's funny, and
And they
it's
got
cool.
way too
And
intense.
Yeah.
well, then you find out that the age of the person writing it is 14, and then you're like, oh,
yeah.
shit, no.
It's best to avoid that whole subject, that whole sphere in general.
Yeah.
I love it.
Don't say that.
Yep.
I don't want to hear it.
Uh-oh.
Guys, I love the Instagram stuff. Stans, I love seeing myself just fucking like a bunch of zoom ins to fucking like a bunch of
fans,
music
they
and
make these-
slideshows, and it's awesome, dude. It's awesome. But you could stop just drawing pictures of me naked. You could stop drawing me fucking this guy.
All right, let's stop.
Like,
Let's stop calling about
stop,
this. Mason,
please.
you got anything to add on fanfics? Any thoughts?
Yeah, the Zoom edits, half of them are, or more than half of them are shit.
Yeah, they're pretty. I think they just put them in a. So what we're talking about is these edits set to music, where like it's just photos of us from our Instagram spinning
production-
around
Look,
and like.
look, if you want to try your talent out like that, go for it. But your production value is pretty bad.
I feel like they just have an app that they just put a bunch of photos in and it just makes one for them, right?
It's
Isn't that what it is?
half of them are effortless.
Yeah. Step it up, guys. At least make it like. No, you know what? Don't step it up.
Actually, don't. yeah.
just leave it alone.
Just stop.
Just no one
Please
needs to see
just
that.
stop.
Stick to drawing.
we love you, but
talented fan art.
just make fan art.
Yeah. Guys, back to a wacky topic. All right, here's something crazy for you. You ready?
Right. Yeah,
All right.
I'm ready.
What if Earth is just a really big free-range farm for a hidden alien society? Kind of similar plotline to that anime I was talking about a
Yeah,
long time
or
ago.
the Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
Where they give us like free energy and production and everything, and then they eat us.
In the Twilight Zone, was it known that the aliens did that, or was it
No,
unknown to
the
everyone?
twist at the end was like they're looking at this book or whatever when they're getting abducted or something, and they find out that the book is a menu. It's like a recipe book for humans.
Wow, that's
And
crazy.
Yeah, it was a quiz.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like that show, The Promised Neverland. That's the anime.
Isn't the Earth just a free range farm for everything?
Don't be blowing my mind right now, Swagger.
Like, aren't we just free range animals for fucking alligators sometimes and fucking lions sometimes?
I
And
guess. I mean,
other
it's,
people.
It's technically just a free-for-all death match.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just the biggest battle royale.
Dude, imagine if God just like all of a sudden turned on double HP. So like when you punch someone, it does like half as much damage as it normally would. What would happen, bro?
That's such a thing that can happen.
Dude, MMA fights would suck.
It's just, yeah.
It's just,
It's
people
just
kicking
one
each
hitting.
other. I don't know, maybe it'd be cool because people would just be fucking kicking each other in the head full force. They'd just be like,
I mean, like what you would consider like hitting someone for a joke or like joshing around would be like doubled. So like if I was gonna be like, nice one, Toby, I'd be like, nice one, Toby, like really whack
oh
you.
yeah, and then you should be like, oh hey, what's up? Hey, man, that'd be hilarious. It'd be a hilarious world to live in. Everyone's just
Dude,
socking each other.
imagine-
It's a joke.
You're
There'd
just
be a lot of manslaughter.
Bro, hard. I mean, you're just walking down the street and you see like a console in the bottom left pop up like it's Minecraft and it says like slash like damage set to 200. You're like, what the fuck? And then next thing you know, like cars are just crashing and shit. You know, I don't know. It's this kind of wacky thing I was thinking about. You want another one? All right.
Yes.
All right. We got 5 left. Okay.
Five.
This one,
Shit.
this one's kind of fucked up.
Okay.
I won't lie. It's a little fucked up. So don't read them. What if Stephen Hawking didn't actually have ALS and it was just a really fucked up Weekend at Bernie's situation? Do you know what that is?
No.
Dude, okay, let me explain for anyone who doesn't know what Weekend at Bernie's is. So Weekend at Bernie's is this film where, I haven't actually seen it, but the plot's very famous. So like a guy dies, this rich guy, and these two guys basically like cart him or his dead lifeless body around with them with glasses on, pretending he's alive so that they can like I don't know, live his lifestyle or whatever. Or that might not be the actual plot, but the point is, what if Stephen Hawking actually was just like,
A puppet, basically.
a puppet, and like it was really just these science guys like controlling him and like making him say stuff like, you know what I mean?
What the fuck, Fitz?
That would be so epic. Can we get on to the next
I don't know how to
session?
respond to that.
R.I.P. Stephen Hawking. Didn't mean any disrespect. I thought it was just kind of funny to bring up. Next subject. Moving on.
So, like, what if, like, the greatest mind of our generation was a puppet?
Guys, what if Stephen Hawking but puppet? Okay. All right, next thing. What's the first thing you'd do if a massive solar flare hit and completely wiped out all electricity? What if power wasn't back on for weeks? We
I
talked
would-
about this the other day.
Primitive technology it the fuck up. I would take an axe, go into the woods, and just live on beans.
You
Yeah.
say that, but you can't be looking up the tutorials because you ain't got no laptop.
It's all in here, dude.
No,
I know this
It's all
sounds-
in here.
Nah, you're so overly
I'm a
confident
Boy
of your.
Scout.
Nah, you're such a little.
Why wouldn't you just continue living in your house?
Because everything's fried. You have no electricity. You have no
Okay,
water.
but I know this sounds crazy, but a house is still shelter, regardless of the
No.
Nah,
electricity.
Swagger's dropping
No.
it all, man. He's like,
No,
oh,
fuck
fuck
that.
it, dude.
Yeah, because everyone's gonna fucking start raiding the houses and be like, I'm gonna get a little fucking shack out in the.
Why
out
would
in the
everyone be
bush.
raiding houses?
I mean,
Because
no-
it starts to
Think
starve.
about it. There's no internet. There's no surveillance. There's no nothing. It's going to be like total chaos.
We got to team up with your suburb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squad up.
Yeah, squads.
Fortnite squads. But yeah, I mean, so much stuff wouldn't work. Like, dude,
Cars would be fried.
no more Uber Eats. Like, what are influencers going to do? no Instagram.
oh my god,
I
no.
can't tweet anymore. I can't post YouTube. Can't go live on Twitch. I'm done. I'm just spitballing.
Well, so wait, what if a solar flare hit? What would it actually
it
do?
would
I'm talking.
fry,
I'm talking a big solar
big
flare.
solar flare.
Big enough to wipe out electricity and getting it back on for like maybe months even.
months to maybe a year. I
Okay.
mean, it would completely fry an electrical grid, completely, absolutely destroyed.
Anything that's electronic would be fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Planes go right into the sky. Well, they could glide. They could probably glide and land depending on what time of day it is.
Yeah.
They probably have backup lights.
But
for
will the backup
runways.
lights work? Like, how are the backup lights powered?
It would probably have a backup generator, I'd assume.
Is it the generator running on what?
Gasoline?
I guess that's...
And that would still work?
Yeah, probably. I would hope so.
I think there's something about it though where it like fucks up even the wiring or whatever, or it's something like it'll short circuit. I don't understand it completely, but like the way that I've read about like a really severe one would be that you couldn't get any power back on for like a while. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could use little backups.
I don't think would a plane be able to glide? Because surely they're not all mechanical. Like surely there's some
planes-
electronic assistance there.
There is, but you'd still probably be able to
Control it?
manually control a
But
747.
you would lose altitude though, right?
You would.
You
But
have
you
to
would,
land it within like an hour.
you'd glide for, I think, a range of 150 miles.
When I flew a helicopter, he was telling me about what you do when you stall it, and if the helicopter stalls, you like. So there's no power. I mean, there's nothing's working in it. You like hold the helicopter in the air on an angle so that it's going down at such an angle that the wind will start rotating the blade again, and that restarts the helicopter.
Dude, if that
Imagine
happens,
doing that shit.
dude, I'm tweeting the Pope asking for a favor if that happens.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
I told you guys
There's
this
no internet.
fuck.
I told you guys the story about how my dad flew like Cessna, like small aircraft and shit, and like what his training was like.
No.
I believe he was up in the air the way he told me this story. He told me this years ago, so I hope I have it right, Dad. He had to land somewhere. They had to do like the instructor said, "What would you do in an emergency landing if you had to land the plane from this position?" And they were flying over the bay, and he looks around. He goes, "There's a sandbar right there." And he goes, "Okay, so you would land on that sandbar?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "Okay." And the guy flipped off the engine. He goes, "All right, land." And so he was like, "Okay." And you you have to land on the sandbar.
Right.
And that was like,
How
the
big is
thing.
the sandbar? Like a little...
It was enough to land a small aircraft on.
Was he freaking out?
I mean,
It probably, yeah. I'm sure he was really anxious that the engine wasn't on and he had to land a plane.
surely they would have surely that sandbar would have been. They would have been allowed to land there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, easily. In an emergency landing, sure. And I'm sure he
Because
was,
they couldn't just fake an emergency landing in order. to
No,
land
I think he was
something.
he was training on like an area that allowed
Still,
like
it's crazy.
whatever that shit, but it's still lit.
That's cool.
I wouldn't mind flying a plane or figuring out how to do that. There's this fucking thing in VR called VTOL, which is you fly a VTOL aircraft. It's one of those aircraft where you could do a vertical takeoff with like rotary helicopter fucking propellers, and then it flips in the air, and then it's like a plane. So it's like 1-to-1 simulated. You're there, with the fucking controllers, and you're clicking buttons and doing everything.
Wow.
And it's like the actual aircraft. So you can technically learn how to fly a plane, how to fly a helicopter, how to do anything in
can fly a
VR
plane.
just to simulate it.
You can fly a plane in real life. When I flew the helicopter, one of the coolest experiences of my entire life, flying a helicopter. I just went to a place and paid them $600, and they let me fly a helicopter for an hour.
That's fucking insane.
What, and
I mean,
they
there
just
was
right next to you. Just,
So yeah,
they have a co-pilot.
So the pilot,
obviously.
he talked to the air thing. It was just like it wasn't a major airport, obviously, and he took off because I didn't know how to. And then we got in the air. He got me out of the airfield area, and then he was just like, "Yeah, you're on complete control for the next hour, and then I'll land it for you."
Like, awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned how to do this at Battlefield, and they just fucking fly straight into the ground.
So I'm sure you could do the same thing with a plane.
I wouldn't mind, dude. I'd love to give that a try.
We should all do it, Misfits video.
Yes,
we all
yes.
fly a plane.
Yeah,
No,
Misfits
I'll-
plane. Easy, man.
I'll pass on that.
We'll all have parachutes just in case.
I think think I'm good on that one. All right. Do we have any more Patreon ones? Or are we doing more?
No, there's
No,
only
that's it.
2.
All right.
Thank you,
all right, all
Patreon.
right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And shout out, by the way, Molly for buying our top tier again.
2 months in a row
Queen
now.
in a row.
Molly.
$2,000.
That's what that picture is, in case you're wondering. It's Molly. She's our employee of the month. She's kind of the best.
Yeah, we don't just
Employee
have
of
a
the month.
photo of some girl on our on our
no,
table for no reason.
That is a person.
That is a real
There's a
person.
real woman.
And yeah, she's pretty much the best ever.
Can we
Guys,
get a whip Nene
here's
for Queen Molly?
here's
Just me? All right.
going back to the dinosaur topic. Here's one.
All right.
So I wrote, what if big old sea dinosaurs were still chilling? Like, how cool would that be?
Oh,
So let's
like-
talk about that.
Like fucking Loch Ness. Like Nessie,
yeah,
bro.
or those like big ones with the jaws.
Mosasaurs.
Like the megalodons.
not the megalodons, like the ones that look more like a
Ichthyosaurs?
yeah, probably. I don't.
They're like alligators, but with flippers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and they're just massive. There's also ones with like a long neck.
Yeah. You never fucking know, man. You never know out there in the fucking deep, dark, goddamn abyss what's fucking lurking in those shadows.
It freaks me out because we still haven't discovered all the way deep down there, right?
I think we've mapped the ocean floor, but we haven't actually, explored it. Every time you send a fucking deep sea submarine down there, dude, you fucking find new shit, like hundreds of new species and all that shit. It's fucking crazy.
It must be such a cool job to be down there.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be intense, but like...
Well, you would understand if you're in those submersibles, man. Like, you know that as soon as you turn those lights on when you're on the ocean floor, you are the first person to ever see those things with your own eyes.
I love watching videos of scientists just geeking out when they find new species.
That
there was
shit
this
is
video
super cool.
that it went viral recently, and all you're seeing is footage of under the ocean, and it's a massive female shark, just a huge thing. Like, fuck, I don't even know how big it was.
It was the 7-gill one.
Yeah, the 7-gill.
Yeah, those are super rare.
Yeah, a super rare shark apparently. And like you're looking at this video and you're like, oh wow, that's amazing. And then like the camera pans down and you see someone's feet, and you're like, they're like down there with that thing in like a little.
They're in the submersible. Yeah,
crazy, right?
Yeah, that is crazy. What the fuck?
Have you played Subnautica or whatever?
No, I haven't.
No.
I did a stream of all of that. I did a big Subnautica stream for like maybe a whole month. Beat it, great game, but people want me to revisit it because it's in VR, and I'm fucking. Ironically, I wanted to be a marine biologist when I was younger. I have a huge phobia of deep water. Can't do it.
Yeah, have you ever been on the subreddit Thalassophobia or whatever it's called? That's all about that. It's all just about like terrifying water.
Not
I love that shit.
One of my biggest fears is just going, whenever I'm flying from fucking Australia to the U.S., just going down over the ocean in the Pacific and fucking being stuck on a raft, or better yet, not having a raft and just being floating, with nothing, just floating on the surface of the ocean at night with no light. And dude, fuck that shit, man.
Oh, yeah,
like, I don't know, like if I could drown myself or what, but that shit would not be. That would not be fun.
Hey, just sip some seawater and chill out, bro. You'll be fine. Yeah. Okay, this is kind of on topic with what I talked about earlier. I'm not sure if I actually said this. What if God removed fall damage? First of all, how would society change? So like you could just walk off a building.
That'd be epic.
And be cool. That'd be kind of lit.
Jump from space to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you
could measure altitude to jump from fucking
you
planets.
could go skydiving with no parachute.
Okay, but the thing is,
Right into the
so
earth.
you wouldn't take any damage from the fall, but
No.
what damage would you take immediately after the fall?
Just a sick adrenaline rush, probably.
Probably not, because the thing is, like, imagine you're fucking falling at an angle from an airplane.
Oh,
and then
you-
you hit the ground, but then you bounce, and that's no more fall damage. But then you bounce, and then you roll, and then you fucking hit a tree.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's still falling.
You couldn't break your legs then either.
Yeah, I guess.
If there's no fall damage, does that mean that if I jump off a building and hit another building, does that count as no fall damage?
I didn't think this one through.
Yeah. What if I jumped off of a building onto another person? Would they be okay? Because technically, that damage that they would have suffered from would have been from my fall, so they would
good
not
point.
have fall damage.
Guys,
Next
what
question.
if God reduced gravity by 50%?
We need both of those. We need the full damage and the 50%.
We would
Yeah.
we would lose bone density.
Nah, but like they say that shit's like not even the case.
It'd be lit, dude. We'd fucking be just chilling.
So reducing gravity, does that mean we float more or float less?
Reducing gravity means that you're lighter.
It's basically
Okay.
the whole real life is like scout knives
Mm-hmm.
from CS:GO.
Yeah, it's not 50. That'd be more like fucking
Like surf.
like 10% gravity.
True, but I mean, it would probably make things a lot less inconvenient. They'd probably be like things on the roof.
Just fucking hop to work. Just moonwalk.
I mean, sidewalks would probably have like a roof above them, so you could like push off the top. So you'd like boom.
Well, I
like,
mean-
like how in Minecraft when you're running through a 2x2, like two,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
just
jumping
fucking-
to go quick.
yeah.
That would be like real life.
The thing is, if it was less gravity, you wouldn't be able to walk the normal way that you'd walk. People on the moon, you can't just walk,
Yeah.
on the moon. You have to.
Gotta crip walk.
You gotta moonwalk. You gotta hop.
Yeah.
They bunny hop around. Because that's the easiest way to fucking move around. So I
Boone
assume
would
it'd be
love
the
it.
same. I think it would be weird. A lot of people talk about, colonizing Mars, but Mars is 2/3 Earth gravity, I believe, because Mars is smaller than Earth.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah, it makes me wonder what low gravity is going to be like for people that actually do go there for long periods of time, how they'd actually walk around, and what it would do if you had a heart condition, and how hard, how much more difficult it would be to get an erection. I imagine that would suck.
Oh, it's gonna fuck up your blood
That
pressure.
would be
and shit.
You can't have an erection in space.
Bro.
Yo, I should move to
Yeah.
space. I hate erections.
Pornhub wanted to send Johnny Sins and some other bitch up there to fuck in space, but then they were like, oh, yeah, I can't really do that.
There's no amount of Viagra in the world, Johnny says, that can help you up there.
Imagine being Pornhub and just being like, yeah, I want to send 2 people to space to fuck. They're not making that money back. That's just a
great
publicity stunt.
It's
got big
incredible
dreams.
publicity.
They got big dreams. I
Elon
respect
Musk
Pornhub.
make it happen.
They got
dude.
big dreams and big wallets.
And big dongs. And big titties. What a glorious corporation. I feel like it's probably time to wrap it up. It's been over now.
Okay.
Has it been over an hour?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Time flies when you're talking about crazy topics.
Time flies when you're listening to Fitz's fucking cracked up thoughts.
I'm not even cracked up. You ain't even see me cracked up yet. Mason, you got anything you want to end on, bud?
Fucking pleasure to be back, boys.
Pleasure to have you, man.
Fucking keen for more.
Hell yeah.
Epic.
Do you reckon? I guess we'll just take it week by week, and whether you'll come back or not. But yeah, I mean, it's great to have you, man. And I hope that I hope that it'll fucking just big chilling from here, more or less, as much as it can be.
An oath.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Group hug or just you two?
It's over. Wait,
Okay.
This is not. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Awesome.